Today, the path to forgiveness, a roadmap to God for men in recovery. Welcome to Sacred Grit, a podcast equipping men to conquer addiction and overcome inner struggles through physical, mental, and spiritual disciplines so you can become a man of honor and integrity. I'm Jason.Lyle. Now let's get to work. Today you'll learn the key to forgiving yourself is figuring out which self you're trying to forgive. Regulating your nervous system and sitting with yourself will show you which you needs healing. And inner peace is available if you'll put in the hard work. This episode is brought to you by Maguziak, Morgan & Brown Dentistry in Griffin, Georgia. What's up, my dude? I've had a lot of coffee, so I'm probably at about 1,000 words a second right now. So let's get right down to the gritty business, right? So I talked on Sacred Sunday about waking up in my own vomit and how I felt at that moment. But today I want to share with you the unbelievable level of forgiveness I've learned how to hold for myself. And seems as if I can just access that at will, right? Right after I found the practices, I was still running at the time quite a bit, and I would run about 4 or 5 miles every morning. And so I would go out and I would run, and I was reading this book at the time. It's, I can't remember the guy's name. Some of you might know this. It's Inner Family Systems. Richard Schwartz, that's it. Shout out to Richard, Inner Family Systems. And his kind of thesis or his idea is that there's these parts of us that have gotten stuck, right? And we have to go back to those parts and talk to those parts. And that whole thing really spoke to me. And so as I would run, I would just go back and have conversations with little infant Jason. And as I started having conversations with little infant Jason, I was starting to realize that I was angry at myself for making decisions from the space of a child. Now, that might sound to you like an excuse, like, bullshit, you just wanted to, get all these women or whatever you might think. But listen, this was actually the key to me taking responsibility for my life. Because by going, that is exactly what was going on, I in turn found the capacity to go, that makes complete sense. So now I have to speak truth to that part of me that believes that if I could just go find my mommy again after being put up for adoption, that I'll be okay. And so I started to work with baby infant Jason. This is a complex system, interfamily systems is. There's defenders that, came and try to defend the baby and all these different things inside of our own psyche. I'll let you read the book or make an appointment with a therapist that does IFS work. But here's what I can tell you. Now when I feel those old patterns of shame coming back, I go to that spot and I just forgive myself. I just go back to that little infant and I just simply forgive myself. And here's the thing, my man, if you're having behaviors that are producing outcomes that you do not want, there is a reason that you have those. If you do things on a daily basis that actually hurt you, whether it's eat terrible food, whether it's smoke too many cigarettes, whether it's watching too much porn, every bit of that has a reason behind it. And it's a reason that you don't necessarily have access to in your logical brain. Because if you had access to it in your logical brain, logically you could stop, right? That's a duh moment, but you can't, right? You have this trigger. So, but healing and forgiveness comes when you find that reason. Now, for me, it was my adoption and the trauma that comes along with that. For others, it was, an abusive mother, an absent father, a traumatic life event such as losing a parent or losing a child. Those are all these moments in time that we get stuck at. But I've yet to meet a man with an addiction, or not only addiction, but a mental health issue that did not have something that he had to go back to and to work with. Now, this is going to sound really woo-woo, but here's what I want you to do. This is your gritty Wednesday assignment. I want you to take a cold shower. I want you to do it. I want you to stay for 2 minutes if you can. Now, nobody's forcing you to stay there. Just let me go ahead and put the disclaimer in there. If you can't do it or you don't want to do it or whatever, that's complete. This is your decision, but try it. Get in there and try to stay for 2 minutes and bring yourself into a place of calm. Then I want you to get out of that cold shower, dry off, and go straight to a place of stillness. Sit down, set your journal next to you, sit down, and for 10 minutes, all I want you to do is notice your breath. Notice your breath coming in your nose. Notice your breath going out of your nose. If your mind wanders, that's fine. It's no big deal. Just come back to your breath. So you're just trying to be in the present moment. So what we've done, that cold water, we opened up that autonomic nervous system. We closed it back down by staying with the water. Now we're going to sit in this meditation. We're just going to allow things to come for 10 minutes. When your 10-minute timer goes off, I want you to take your journal and complete this sentence. I want you to start it. I have the addiction I have because, and just let it come out. Whatever it is. You don't think about it. Don't punctuate it. Don't try to make the sentences sound pretty. Don't try to make your handwriting look flowery and beautiful. Just let it come out, right? Now, it's a great starting place if you get an answer, and you may or may not. Sometimes it takes a little digging to find it, but then you could ask yourself, if you do get an answer, can I forgive that guy? For me, it was an infant who was making decisions for me. For you, it might be a little more complicated, but I bet if you dig, you can find it. And that's what you have to forgive, not this current version of you. This current version of you is probably not doing that thing or involved in that thing, right? You have to, and you might say, well, how do you forgive a little infant? Go back to him and say, buddy, I am so sorry that you had to go through that. And I am so sorry that, we've tried to find your mom in all these ways. And I just forgive myself because I was acting from a place of infancy. Now, dude, if you can find the capacity to forgive yourself for the things you've done, you will be amazed at how you will soar. Because the peace that's available to you, and by the way of forgiveness of your wrongs, is amazing, my dude, when you feel it coming from the inside of you. Now, check this out. If you struggle here, and some of you will, book a call, man. Listen, let's see if we can get you there. Because heaven awaits, my dude, if you'll choose to get out of hell. And I will be more than happy to help you find that person that you need to forgive. Because I believe if men everywhere would do this work, if men everywhere would find their way into this space to be able to go, man, I just want to forgive myself, we could live as the most beautiful, fullest, godly versions of ourselves that we could ever imagine. All right, my dude, today you learned the key to forgiving yourself is figuring out which self you're trying to forgive. Regulating your nervous system and sitting with yourself will show you which you needs healing. And inner peace is available if you'll put in the hard work. My dude, thanks for listening, my friend. I hope you share these with other men so that we can start seeing this news spread, this thing that has so much changed my life. You can go down in the show notes, click book a consultation call with Jason. That'll take you to my Calendly. I would love to hear from you. It's a free call. We can chat a little bit and see if we're a fit for one another. All right, my dude, this episode is brought to you by Adventures in Recovery Air, Georgia, a group of men doing adventure, brotherhood, and healing together. You can check us out at recoveryadventures.org. All right, my dude, I will see you on Sacred Sunday.